from the Denver Radio Club. Good evening. My name is Joe, Juliet Oscar Echo, and my call sign is W0C, Whiskey Tango 0 Charlie. Welcome to the DRC Net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. The net is for Denver Radio Club members and all other interested ham radio operators. I'm your net control station tonight, transmitting from Centennial, Colorado. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is complete. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. on Google Meets and or in person. The link for Google Meets is on our website. The address is w0tx.org/meet. We hold an Elmer session at 6 o'clock p.m. just prior to monthly meetings. The Elmer sessions address any ham radio questions you might have. Whether you are new to the hobby or interested in some new application of ham radio, you can get great advice at the Elmer sessions. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except on the Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, the club holds a learning net on the 145.49 and 448.625 megahertz linked repeaters. The learning net is another good place where you can find answers for your ham radio questions, and it's a great net for newer hams. As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication services for the Salvation Army, the City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, the City of Lakewood Police Department, the West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We are always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. If you would like to help, please contact our club president, Kevin Schmidt, K0KPS. Kevin can be contacted by email, and his address is president@w0tx.org. The Denver Radio Club website address is w0tx.org. Please visit it frequently for current club news, activities, and events. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner program. If you have a need for license testing, the DRC license testing information is posted on our website. If you have other license test information questions, please contact our VE team lead, and that is Robert Pickett, K0RAP, and Robert can be contacted at k0rap@w0tx.org. We're grateful to hams that belong to other radio clubs in the Denver area and who check into this net, and we thank them for occasionally sharing test information for their local clubs as well. This is the Denver Radio Club net with WT0C serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now. Before regular check-ins, I would like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club net this evening. You can use either 145.49 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset, both with a 100 hertz PL tone. Are there any visiting radio amateurs who would like to check in to the Denver Radio Club net tonight? If so, please call now. Next, I would like to welcome any newly licensed or recently upgraded ham radio operators to check in. So if that's you, please call now. Okay, we'll now take regular check-ins in groups. Please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I will get back to you after we handle club business. Please provide your call sign and first name when you check in, and as always, standard phonetics are always appreciated. So let's start out with radio amateurs whose call sign suffixes begin with the letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Kilowatt 0, Delta Papa Romeo, Paul in Aurora.
N0 ETD, Lance in Aurora.
November Bravo 0, Bravo November, Bob in Arvada.
Hey, good evening to K0DPR, Paul, and NB0BN, Bob, and the station in between. I got N0ETD, I think that's wrong, so could you correct the call sign for me, please?
N0 Echo Tango Victor, Lance in Aurora.
Okay, I got it that time, Lance. Thank you very much. Any other stations, call sign suffixes A through E, Alpha through Echo, please call now.
WD0 CIV, WD0 CIV, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 0, Charlie Zulu, Bob in Thornton.
Hey, good evening, Charles, WD0CIV, and Bob, WD0CZ. Thank you both for your check-ins. Any other stations, A through E, Alpha through Echo?
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian Centennial, no traffic.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get that last check-in. What was the call sign again, please?
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian and Centennial, no traffic.
Thank you, Brian. Got it that time, and thank you for your check-in. Okay, moving along, we'll take the next group, which is Foxtrot through Juliet, F through J. Please call now.
Whiskey 0 Golf Victor Jerry, Westminster.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood.
Good evening, Jerry, W0GV, and Ron, KF0FPI. Thank you both for your check-ins. Any other stations, call sign suffixes F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now. Okay, next group, which is call sign suffixes K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa Romeo Lanier in Inglewood.
Whiskey 0 Lima Foxtrot, Orland and Golden, no traffic, over. Kilo Echo 0 Oscar Sierra India, Tom Hyman's Ranch, no traffic.
Good evening to K0LPR, Lanier, W0LF Orland, thank you all for your check-ins. Any other stations, call sign suffixes K through O, Kilo through Oscar, please call now. Moving along, I'll take call sign suffixes P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stan in Denver, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood.
Whiskey 0, Tango Romeo Mike, Tom in Aurora.
Good evening to Stan, WB2SHR, Jim N0TRP, and Tom, W0TRM. Thank you all for your check-ins. Any other stations, call sign suffixes P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. I will now take check-ins from call sign suffixes U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
This is Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood with traffic.
Kilo Delta 0, Victor Hotel Delta, Kevin currently in the woods of Angle.
Okay, good evening, Bill, K0YKV, and your traffic is noted. And also Kevin, KD0VHD. Thank you both for checking in. Any other stations, call sign suffixes U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Okay, we'll take the whole alphabet now. Call sign suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
This is
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Whiskey Oscar Lima, James in Aurora, KF0 WOL.
Kilo.
Good evening, James, KF0WOL, and thank you for your check-in. Any other stations, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, please call now.
AD0AP, Elizabeth in Aurora.
Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie, K1 DBC Daron. Also checking in KD0, CGF, Kilo Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox.
AD0AP, Elizabeth in Aurora. I'm not sure if you got me.
W0TX Repeater.
I did, Elizabeth, but I'm having a little trouble with your call sign. Can you give it to me phonetically, please?
Alpha Delta 0, Alpha Papa.
I got it that time. Thanks for the check-in, Elizabeth. And also Duran, K0 or K1 DBC. And Duran, was that the additional check-in was KD0 Charlie Golf Fox? Is that correct?
Correct on the call sign, Kilo Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. All right, one last call. Any stations, Alpha through Zulu, please check in now. Looks like we have everybody for now, so we'll go ahead and move along. I would like to invite our club president, Kevin, K0KPS, to take the floor and discuss any kind of club business. So, Kevin, it's all yours.
Thank you, Joe, for taking the net tonight. A real brief one for Lance. The paperwork had been delivered to HRO as requested, so that's taken care of, and no acknowledgement is required. Next, I want to bring up repeater 449.775, which is our Yaesu C4 FM repeater. The other day, an issue came to light in that RF into the repeater was getting an okay. However, the wires X required to go outside into additional rooms was not working, and we have technicians working on the issue. We don't know whether it's equipment failure on a particular piece of equipment or an RF link with a microwave. So if you use the Yaesu C4 FM repeater, you may not be able to get into any of the rooms outside of our repeater. Next, I want to bring up that we are having a Denver Radio Club Saturday on May 9th, which is going to be over a week from now, and it's going to be at the Rocky Flats Wildlife Preserve out on 128th and about Indiana. And all are invited. I do see that we do have some generals, some advanced, and other class operators besides the generals and the extras. If you want to come out and activate HF using the call sign from the club, you're more than welcome. So you can certainly try out doing a POTA activation with several members that will be out there on May 9th, and it should start at 9 o'clock in the morning. So you're all welcome to show up May 9th, Rocky Flats, near Superior off of McCaslin and 128th. So we look forward to seeing many of you there. Next, I want to bring up the board had a meeting this last Wednesday. Several items were discussed. Some of the topics will be in the roundtable when it comes out at the hopefully the end of the week with additional information. And you're always welcome to read through that, glean what's going on with the club, and don't take from Bill. But one of the things that the board would like to do would be to communicate more with the club members on a timely basis. And with that, we have a groups.io website. And if you're not signed up, we request that you do. And if you go to https://groups.io/G as in golf /W0TX, you can submit your call sign and name, for membership into the Groups.io. And that way we can send out timely information as to what's going on with the club that may not show up in the roundtable, or if an event, comes up and people are getting together to possibly do another activation outside of the club. So that's Groups.io at W0TX. Sorry, Bill, if I took away that one. And finally, we have a open board position. One of our board members had to separate due to professional and personal conflicts of interest and couldn't devote the time that was necessary for that board position. And I see a good number of people here that have signed into the net tonight who would make excellent board members. So if you're interested, please send a email to W0TX at W0TX.org and submit your interest in becoming a board meeting. We'd like to fill that position, and this position lasts until September of 2026. Also, if you're on the net tonight and you know of somebody who's not on the net that you think would be a good candidate for a board position, certainly submit their name and call sign also. So with that, I don't have any other information to pass along unless anybody has any comments, questions, criticisms, or whatever about the club. Otherwise, I will turn it back over to Joe. This is Kevin, K0KPS, back to net control.
K0KPS, WT0C. Thank you, Kevin, for all the information. It's appreciated as always. Does anyone on frequency have any questions for Kevin at this time? Please call now. Okay, hearing nothing, I'd like to move along to Bill, K0YKV. Bill, please go ahead and present your traffic.
This is KE0YKV, and Kevin, you did steal half of my thunder. A week ago, some of you encountered the poll I put out through Groups.io, and I'd like to encourage those of you who haven't participated in the poll to please try to do so. I will probably shut it down in another 7 days so that the poll will have been out there 2 weeks. So just a note on that, and thank you, Kevin. And back to you.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much for that update. This is the Denver Radio Club Net with WT0C as net control. Does anyone have any further business for the net? If so, please call now. The Denver Radio Club maintains 10 repeaters serving the Denver metro area and beyond for use by all radio amateurs. A list of those repeaters, along with their offsets, tones, location, and additional information, can be found at W0TX.org/repeaters. So at this time, I'd like to take one last call for check-ins to the Denver Radio Club Net this evening. Please call now, any station, anywhere.
W0TX repeater.
Hearing none, I would like to thank everyone for checking in to the net this evening. Your support is greatly appreciated. Tonight we had 22 check-ins. Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 20:52 local time, and the repeater is available for regular use. This is WT0C Net Control. Hope everyone has a good week, everyone, and 73.
This is K1DBC. If anybody's interested, we'll be playing the ARRL news in just a moment. But if anybody wants to use the repeater, feel free to do so for the next few minutes. And then you're more than happy to QSY over to our 147.330 repeater. So in a few minutes, we'll be playing the ARRL news. Once more, this is K1DBC. If anybody's interested in listening to the ARRL news, I'll be coming up here in just a moment. You're more than welcome to use this repeater and move over to our other repeater, one of our other free repeaters, 147.330.
W0TRM, this is K0KPS. Do you have traffic?
Real quick to make sure this is still working, so that's all I needed. W0TRM, thank you.
K0KPS, clear.
Excellent. Glad to hear W0TRM coming in there via our DMR. I have updated how that connects in, and I think it is working a little bit better than last week. So our echolink, as well as our DMR, have been connected in to our allstarlink nodes. So things are going well. So hopefully we'll be able to do that permanently going forward. All right, this is K1DBC. I will go ahead and play the ARRL news. It'll play for about 14 minutes and then disconnect. You're more than welcome to stick around. This is K1DBC.
This is ARRL Audio News, your weekly summary of news highlights from the world of amateur radio. I'm John Ross, KD at IDJ, and this is the ARRL Audio News for Friday, April 24th, 2026. In his pickup truck on the way back to Indiana from Starkville, Mississippi, ITU Corporation President and founder David Carpenter, KC9ATG, told the ARRL letter his company will indeed begin building high-gain and crushcraft antennas. Carpenter became interested last year in purchasing the antenna lines from Martin Jew, K5FLU, retired owner of MFJ Enterprises. We were not able to make the deal last year, said Carpenter, but I called him a few weeks ago, and with a handshake, the deal was done. ITU, which currently sells ham and CV gear as well as training products for multiple industries, has also purchased the former Linton National Guard Armory, which will become the new manufacturing hub for these legendary U.S. antenna brands. Carpenter said his company will soon begin moving the manufacturing equipment from Mississippi to Linton, Indiana, and start taking orders by the fourth quarter of this year. The new operation is expected to employ a staff of 20 initially and then up to 50 people. These antennas will be American-made, said Carpenter. Martin F. Jew, founder of MFJ Enterprises, was quoted as saying he expressed confidence in high-gain and crushcraft, renowned for their robust design, high-gain and worldwide use by radio amateurs, will continue living up to their legacy under ITU's American-made engineering and customer-focused approach. With existing brands like Tech Shack and Learn Lab already in its portfolio, ITU is positioning the Linton, Indiana site as a center for high-performance antennas, rotors, and accessories used by hams and professional stations. The Ham Bunch in 2026 features a wide range of forums to appeal to amateur radio operators of all interests, experience levels, and ages. On opening day, Friday, May 15th, there are 22 forums beginning at 9:15 a.m. with HamSci, the Ham Radio Science Citizen Investigation. Learn about the large-scale traveling ionospheric disturbance project, a version of the personal space weather station that you can build from scratch, Meteor Scour QSO party results, and an upcoming collaboration with a NASA mission. The moderator is Dr. Nathaniel Fussell, W2NAF. Another forum on Friday is Lightning Protection, Generators, Inverters, and RFI, moderated by Jim Badger, WV8VSU, and Gary Bishop, NQ0V. At 11 a.m., ARRL is sponsoring Salty Walt's Portable Antenna Forum. Salty Walt Hudson, K4OGO, will cover simple, effective antennas that you can build and take to a park, bench, or summit and make contacts around the world. He'll also be signing copies of his newest book in the ARRL exhibit area. Among the other forums on Friday is TAPR, Topics in Digital Radio, the Antenna Forum, moderated by Tim Duffy, K3LR, and Arduino and microcontrollers. Going the Distance with popular ARRL author Glenn Popeil, KW5GP. Young hams will want to start off Saturday morning with the Youth Forum, sponsored by the Radio Club of America, at 9:15 a.m. with student Weeblo presenters. An ARRL membership forum on Saturday at 11 a.m. will include updates on outreach to students and educators, momentum behind the Year of the Club, ARRL's partnership with America 250, and current legislative advocacy efforts shaping the future of amateur radio. That forum will be moderated by ARRL Great Lakes Division Director Scott Yonley, N8SY, with presentations from ARRL President Rick Roderick, K5UR, and ARRL CEO David Mister, NA2AA. Hamvention 2026 runs May 15th through the 17th, and many more forums are spread throughout the weekend. See the entire lineup and schedule at hamvention.org/event-details/forums. The main activity for World Amateur Radio Day 2026 in Puerto Rico was a special broadcast radio program with leaders of the ARRL Puerto Rico section, which aired April 16th on radio station Radio Progreso, WRSS 1410. ARRL technical specialist Rafael Curritzquello, KP4RAS, conducts a weekly program at that station about community preparedness and had an idea. First, to make a special program consisting of two parts, beginning with explaining to listeners what World Amateur Radio Day is all about, and at the same time making a special event on a program started at 10:20 a.m. with KP4RAS in the studio, along with ARRL Puerto Rico Section Manager Carmen Green, KP4QVQ, Technical Coordinator Ariel Negron, WP4QEC, and QSL Bureau Manager Nestor Correa, WP4PRD. That program was complemented with an earlier recording featuring Section Emergency Coordinator Manuel Cruz, NP4D, and Public Information Coordinator Angel Santana Diaz, WP3GW, in which they explained the IARU, ARES, and the QSL Bureau system. You can listen to that special AM broadcast on Facebook, and all this was to say thanks to KP4RAS, who wanted to do something special with the section for this special occasion, said PIC Santana Diaz. Amateur radio will be carrying the ball this year for soccer, known in the rest of the world as football or football, to coincide with the FIFA World Cup 2026. That tournament and unaffiliated ham radio event will run June 11th to July 19th, 2026. As players from around the world compete in the stadiums, amateur radio operators will be looking for contacts during this football on the air special event. Teams of hams will be on the air calling CQ from the same 16 World Cup host cities, where the matches will be played throughout North America, starting with the first match in Mexico City on June 11th and ending with the final match in New York, New Jersey on July 19th. The host cities, like the teams, are truly international. 3 are in Mexico, 2 in Canada, and the remaining 11 are in the United States. With a roster of 48 football teams, this is the largest international tournament to date. Many of the amateur radio stations will be using one-by-one call signs such as W5C and operating CW, single sideband, and the digital modes on HF and VHF as band conditions permit. A downloadable multi-city certificate will be available with endorsements at various levels. Most city stations are planning to be on the air on the day of their city's matches, but many will also operate at different times during the tournament. If your ham station is near one of the North American host cities, consider joining the teams of volunteers. Visit the special event website and fill out the form under the Volunteer tab at the top of the screen. And you can read more about this event at arrl.org. The National Area Radio Society, N1FD, will hold its next online ham boot camp Saturday, May 9th from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Ham Boot Camp is an online interactive program to help new, inactive, and prospective hams learn the skills they need to get on the air, including how to build a station, how to participate, and activities that you can do with your ham radio license. The morning sessions are all about VHF, and the afternoon sessions focus on HF. There is no fee to attend the Ham Boot Camp. For more information, including how to register, it's available now at n1fd.org/bootcamp. The Nashua Area Radio Society is an ARRL-affiliated and special service club. Amateur radio operators worldwide are invited to be part of a unique special event underway now and lasting until December of 2026. The occasion is the 900th anniversary of the first written mention of Jaromír, a small town in the Czech Republic. Jaromír has about 12,000 inhabitants at the confluence of three rivers, and that area around the rivers has been populated as early as 40,000 BC. The first written mention of Jaromír is from 1126, when a fortress founded by Duke Jaromír is documented in the area's today's Church of St. Nicholas. For the special event, three call signs will be used: OL900CO, OL900JAR, and OL9LTV. For electronic diplomas or QSL cards, the bronze, silver, and gold platinum will be issued in electronic form for contacts with these stations and other activities. Read more information about ARRL.org. The following America 250 W1AW portable activations begin at 0000 Zulu on Wednesdays and end at 2359 Zulu on Tuesdays, 7 days total for each activation. You can see the complete schedule at www.arrl.org/America250-WAS. Here are the updated activations. April 22nd, Iowa, WAG. Wisconsin, W1AW/9 with the host W9XT. On April 29th in New Hampshire, W1AW/1, the host KC1WNM. In South Dakota, W1AW/0, K0BBC. And in Pennsylvania, W1AW/3 with the host there WC30. Bruce Page, KK5DO, is here now with this week's AMSAT report. Bruce?
Thanks, John. On April 23rd, ARICA-2 was to be launched aboard Rocket Lab's Electron. The satellite is a 2U CubeSat. About 300 seconds after deployment, the UHF antenna will be deployed. CW transmission should immediately follow on 436.830 megahertz. The satellite call sign is JS1YSD. The satellite will send pictures after commissioning. The IARU has just released a new document which serves as an essential resource for anyone involved in satellite frequency coordination, licensing, or satellite project planning. It is called Handbook on Amateur and Amateur Satellite Services. It is free of charge and can be downloaded from itu.int/pub/r-hdb-52-2026. You can use all uppercase or all lowercase letters. One of the more interesting sections in the document is Chapter 2.1, Applications of Bands Allocated to the Amateur Satellite Service. Many times, those building satellites believe they can select almost any band and frequency. However, to fall under Part 95 rules, there are specific bands and frequencies that can be used. Did you know that amateur satellites have primary allocation from 248 gigahertz to 250 gigahertz? Someday we may have a satellite that will operate at those frequencies. This is Bruce Page, KK5DO. Back to you, John.
And thanks, Bruce, for that report. Just ahead in radio sport this week, April 25th through the 26th, the TPLAO-DX contest, that's phoned. April 25th to the 26th as well, the SPDX RTTY contest, that is digital. 25th to the 26th, the UKEIDX contest, that's CW. And April 25th to the 26th, the Helveta contest, CW, phone, and digital. And remember to visit the ARRL contest calendar for more events and information. upcoming section, state, and division conventions. On May 3rd, it's the Warminster Amateur Radio Club Annual Hamfest, hosting the ARRL Eastern Pennsylvania Section Convention. That's in Bristol, Pennsylvania. May 9th, the ARRL Nebraska State Convention in Lincoln, Nebraska. And on June 5th through the 7th, it's CPAC, hosting the ARRL Northwestern Division Convention in Seaside, Oregon. And finally this week, thanks to the Morongo Basin Amateur Radio Club in Landers, California, for airing the ARRL audio news on their repeater. 7-3.
And that concludes ARRL Audio News for this week. Our thanks to all contributors to this week's report. ARRL Audio News is produced by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio. For more information on amateur radio or the ARRL, visit us on the web at arrl.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for ARRL. If you have a question or comment about ARRL Audio News, email us at audionews@arrl.org. This program is copyright ARRL, all rights reserved. 73, and thanks for listening.
W0TX Repeater. Information about this amateur radio, voice over IP audio news service is on the web at arrlnews.rfnet.link.